Right, Stevie, yeah, we are live. Over to you. So you can just kick off. Thank you very much.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you very much to all of the agents that have joined this session live and those who will be watching this presentation in the future via the educationagents.org YouTube channel. Educationagents.org and Ed Global Partners are really excited about the fact that we've taken on a brand new partner, SALLS College, who are based in Vienna in Austria. SALLS are effectively the gateway to free education in Austria. They run a number of different foundation programs which students can undertake to meet the minimum entry requirements for a number of different academic institutions, leading to over 750 different academic pathways. So what we're going to do today is run through a brief PDF that SALLS have provided us with regards to that offering. The presentation should last no longer than 10 minutes, and questions are invited to either send to myself, which is steve@educationagents.org, or alternatively there'll also be a contact link which is implemented in the bottom of the email. So as we said, SALLS College is based in Vienna. They offer a number of different academic and university placement programs, which leads to over 750 different degree courses. Once students have completed the qualification at SALLS, which typically takes 2 semesters or 1 calendar year, no further entry requirements are required to get into an Austrian university. So why study in Austria? So education in Austria is completely free. Students are required to pay an annual tax of 363 euros. There are over 20 public universities and, as we said, offering over 750 degree courses. So that can be anything from BSc, MSc, PhD programs, Masters in Business Administration, engineering courses, medicine, dentistry, the list goes on. Courses start each month, so are delivered on a rolling basis with the view to gaining university admission in a traditional fall intake, or many universities also offer spring access. So SALLS have been established now for around 17 years. They're specialised within the area of delivery. They originally were a German language centre, so offering German language courses, and they have now developed very close relationships with the Austrian government and a number of different universities within Austria to provide direct entry into a number of their different university programs. So the main subjective topic of today's conversation is the University Foundation Programme offered at SALLS in Vienna. So the foundation pathways are categorised into 4 specific areas. So M course concentrates on biological and pharmaceutical degrees. There's T course, which leads pathways to maths, science and technical and engineering degrees. The W course, which covers business, economics and social sciences. And then the G course, which covers more liberal programs, including humanities and German studies as well. So the way that the foundation programme is conducted is, with all programmes studied at Austrian universities, German is a mandatory language of instruction. Around 200 programmes are also delivered in English language. However, in order to be able to gain access to the free education in Austria, there's a certain level of German proficiency that needs to be acquired. So as you can see from the graphs in front of you, traditionally a programme would start in September, run through till December, of which part of it is academic preparation and the other part is then moving towards German proficiency. Semester 2 then starts in January, runs through to April, once again a combination of academic programs and German language tuition, and then the final program is then graduated within May in order for students to be able to start the following September. So there's a number of different master's degree courses which are also offered. The same level of proficiency is required in terms of entry into those master's qualifications. And as you can see from the list in front of me, there's a wide plethora of different master's degree courses that are available in specialised areas such as biomedical sciences, energy informatics, urban studies, supply chain management as well. We also offer a specialised medicine foundation degree, which is slightly more expensive, but however provides once again free education to become a fully qualified doctor once you have completed the original medicine foundation programme. Once again, that is delivered in collaboration with a number of different universities. There's currently over 2,000 free spots for tuition for medicine within Austria. And as you can see, they're actually placed at leading universities within Austria. Vienna, the University of Vienna has over 200,000 students currently studying. 10% of the Vienna population is actually students. So as you can imagine, it's an absolute excellent place to go and study, and it's a very vibrant city in terms of knowledge and academic progression as well. They also offer dentistry programs as well, of which you can see lots of different information with regards to that as well. So the Medicine Foundation course is broken down into a number of different semesters. So once again, we're moving through the different levels of German proficiency, as you can see here, from A2 level all the way through to C1, which is the minimum requirement required to be able to gain university admission. So the modules are delivered once again on a semester basis, and then they're taken all the way through to a new October start date within the University of Vienna as well. The SALLS do offer a number of different language programs, of which we can provide separate information, but for the course of this information session, we will just be providing information on the pathway programs into Austrian universities. So in terms of admission requirements, so a number of different documents are obviously required with regards to gain admissions onto the programs in association with SALLS. So students will require a high school education and transcripts to have at least grades of 70%. So ideally in a traditional UK-based settings, we're looking for C's or above, and then the German certificate in A2. So the program with SALLS, that's not an entry requirement into the foundation, but an overall university entry requirement. So students will be brought up to that level of proficiency with regards to the foundation program that they study. The college admission process is obviously 2 photos, copy of a passport or completed application, and then a motivation letter as well. One of the big things with studying in Austria is not only the fact that the education is obviously free for the duration of studies, but students are also able to work part-time, a minimum of 20 hours per week to help support themselves during their studies. And also post-graduation, Austria are very much invested into retaining the talent that they teach. So students are able to move into full-time working positions and encouraged to gain residency permits, etc., post-graduation, to really contribute towards the overall Austrian economy, and then also to be able to grow their own international profile within Europe, leading to better jobs and further experience as well. Student residence is something which is paid for individually by the students. It's certainly affordable in comparison to what students would expect to pay in London. It's almost a third of what students pay in UK within a major European destination city centre. So students are roughly paying around €280 per month for a 3-student dorm, which allows them access directly into the city centre and a number of the different main universities as well. So if anyone's got any questions with regards to the presentation that we've run through today, or anything moving forward, I'm more than happy to answer anything now, or alternatively, I can be contacted directly using the link at the bottom of our YouTube channel as well.
Hi, Steve. I think there are a couple of people that are joining us a little bit late in relation to this presentation. So just in relation to agents signing contracts, and can you just run a little bit in terms of how it works? So in terms of signing contracts and start to send applications to students to study in Austria?
Yeah, definitely. So Study in Austria have given exclusivity to Ed Global Partners and educationagents.org with regards to the onboarding and management of their agent network. So agents are able to complete the contract, which is signed between educationagents.org and the agencies. We pay €1,500 per student, which is successfully enrolled into each programs, and applications are processed in collaboration with educationagents.org and the agents. Students receive an initial offer letter from SALLS College with regards to admission directly into their programs, and in some instances they'll also receive a conditional offer from the university for their main point of study as well, which is essential to a lot of students. So they're not only gaining the reassurance that they're enrolled into the program, but there's 100% acceptance rate based on the student successfully completing the program into their university of choice. So students will never be disappointed around the fact that they go and roll into a program within SALLS with the view to then move on to a medicine degree or a pharmaceutical degree or an engineering degree within an Austrian university, and then find that they've been unsuccessful in their application. The Austrian government have got an absolutely excellent relationship with SALLS and proven that students progress through the program of choice initially at the partner college, then they are guaranteed 100% that admission into that program of choice in Austria as well.
And Steve, do you know anything about the working rights? So students working in the country, in Austria?
Yeah, that's it. So students are able to work 20 hours per week during term time. So they're able to go out and find jobs within local businesses or associated to their field of study to help support with their living expenses, etc. And then, as I said, the Austrian government, they're really trying to produce and increase their talent pool at the moment. So students are encouraged post-graduation to go and find jobs, and the Austrian government, once you've graduated from an Austrian university, are very much happy to support that from a visa and a residence perspective in terms of contributing towards the Austrian society and really applying the information that you've learned in a professional setting to make sure that you grow as a professional as needs be as well.
Okay, yeah, that sounds really good to me. Guys, there are a couple of people online, so if you have any questions, so we'd be happy to hear from you guys. You can either type into the chat, or you can just unmute yourselves and ask Steve a question about his study in Austria, which is a great deal to students, as far as I can see here, to go to a great country, very safe country in the EU, and as Steve said, perhaps for the students looking to study and work in the EU, Austria is a great destination which has access to all European countries as well. Okay, Steve, I think there's no questions. And Gökhan is a great info. Thanks for joining us, Gökhan. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Gökhan is a great friend of mine and an agent based in Turkey. So thanks for joining us, and I'll definitely be in touch with you after this presentation as well. Back to you, Steve. I think there is no question. If you want to finish this session, I just want to say thank you, everyone, and thanks to Steve for this presentation as well.
That's great. Yeah, thank you for everyone who's attended live and those who will view the presentation in the future. If anyone's got any questions, as I said, you're more than welcome to direct them to ourselves. Education agents and global partners are helping grow the networks of international schools across the globe via their extensive network of contacts and international agents. So if we can be of any of assistance to anyone in the international education community moving forward, then we're more than happy to help as well.
Many thanks, Steve. Everything was very clear. Thank you so much for your presentation.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time, and many thanks for attending.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Take care. Bye-bye.